Hello again, and we're back for the second episode of the Football Manager 18 Beta Man United Save. And I've got to say, I'm really enjoying Football Manager 18. The tweaks and changes they've made seem to have made a really big difference. So, no more to say, roll the intro. Hello and welcome back to the Man United Save. This is Football Manager 18. I am Cultured Left Foot, and it's a pleasure to have you with me. You join us on match day against Bayern Munich. This is when we said we were going to come back, so here we are. It is a pre-season friendly, nothing too dramatic to happen, but we have won all three of our pre-season friendlies before this one. All of them have been away. We beat Salzburg 1-0. It was Martial that got the goal. And I spent last episode saying how I'm not going to put him on the transfer list and I'm going to give everyone a chance. And I gave Fellaini a chance. He came on as a sub and got sent off for 2 yellow cards. Brilliant. 3-1, we beat Austria Vienna. Martial and Lukaku getting some goals and Salomon scoring an OG. Wormlinger got one back for them, but it wasn't really... They were never in the game, to be honest. And then a 2-0 win away at NEC Nijmegen. Martial and Rashford getting the goal. So both are young wingers. Well, Martial really leading the way at the moment for goals. Lukaku has been quite disappointing, to be honest. It's a little bit annoying. And we come into Bayern's game. I'm really hoping that we'll be able to turn it on in front of the Old Trafford crowd. And that's what we really need to do. So we'll check up on the dynamics. As we can see, we have a little bit more green coming around now. Match cohesion. I've been playing around with the tactics a little bit, so match cohesion hasn't gone incredibly well. The dressing room atmosphere, we are doing well though. We currently have 31 players at the club, including 8 in the first team, who are considered to be very happy, which is brilliant. So that is moving up towards good. Managerial support though, I have a good reputation when it's compared against the players. However, I'm still failing to positively influence a number of players. Even though they have responded well to every single team talk I've done so far in the game, I'm not too sure why that isn't moving, but it is only the pre-season friendlies and we have only played 3 games. Transfer news, absolutely diddly squat has happened. Matteo Darmian got an offer from AS Monaco of, it was his value, 22.5 million, potentially going up to 26.5 million. I rejected it because it wasn't very good for an offer of... because I want to keep him, pretty much. He's very versatile, can play the full-back position. And then he moaned and said he wanted it to go because of a big pay rise that he could have got. So I just offered him a new contract and gave him something like £4 grand a week more. And that made him, that counted as a massive pay rise to him. So, yeah, that was that done. I made a bid for Mauro Icardi as well, and it got flat-out rejected. It wasn't zero, it was an inquiry, it got rejected. I then made another bid and that got rejected as well. The Van Dijk deal, I made an offer of something like 40 million. They said no. They said they wanted 62. I offered 50. They said no, we want 61.5 or something stupid. And then I offered them 20 million, and I was meant to offer them another 20 million over like 12 months or something. And I accidentally put 20 million and then 37 million over 12 months. They obviously accepted the deal, so I withdrew it because I don't really want to pay 57 million for Virgil van Dijk. But anyway, that's how we're doing. No other offers for players. Tuanzebe had an offer or two on loan, but I've rejected them because I want to keep him around at the moment. I had a couple of players moan about training, that it wasn't intense enough, so I've gone on to tactics and told them to do it. I think it's medium we're doing on, high, we are doing high in pre-season, so that will teach them for moaning, really. Medical centre, we have had a few. So as you can see here, I did say, does the susceptibility change with how, if you play them more or not? So technically the susceptibility isn't changing, however the overall risk is now changing. Where I've played the same pretty much starting 11 in every game, they're now becoming a high injury risk due to match fatigue. So we're going to play them again against Bayern Munich because they're not match fit. So that's what I'm thinking at the moment. Anthony Martial has recently been injured, and so has Juan Mata and Lindelof, and Jesse Lingard is out for a few weeks. If we look at here, current injuries, Jesse Lingard, there you go, he's out for 1 to 4 days. So yeah, it was a couple of weeks since it happened. Looking at the risk assessment, that's what we're looking at before. On the overview, that looks exactly the same as the risk assessment. So anyway, but yeah, it's going all right. I'm getting used to the game. Scouts came back on Marcos Tavares. It wasn't positive, so we haven't bought him. Michy Batshuayi is someone I'm still possibly looking at to bring in to play back up to Lukaku. The scout suggested he'd be a useful signing, which isn't really productive in any sort of incentive. I am still tempted to make more offers for Icardi. However, if we look at the Premier Division, obviously this is where we are, third ranked in Europe, or in the world, I'm not too sure which one that is. I want to have a look at transfers. You normally had, there we go, transfers. So if we go to fees, you'll realise there is some big money being thrown around. Jordi Alba has moved from Barcelona to Chelsea for a potential £64 million deal. Even Perisic has moved from Inter to Man City for a potential £38 million deal. And John Flanagan, which is not a name I expected to be third in the list of transfers, has moved from Liverpool to Stoke for a potential £14.5 million. Now, if you ask me, Stoke have paid far too much money for him, but he's English, I guess, so in other news, yeah, someone that I thought had actually retired, I honestly thought he had retired, now plays for Brighton. Jose Antonio Reyes. That is the same Reyes of Arsenal fame. So, interesting. Very, very interesting that he's actually still playing and moved to Brighton on loan. I'm struggling to think of other strikers that would be happy, that I want to sign, that are good enough but happy to be a backup. So if you think of anyone, let me know down below. Also, if you enjoyed the last video and you're looking forward to this series and looking forward to the Journeyman series, leave a like on the video. Why not subscribe if you're new as well? Let's push for that road to 1k. Hopefully we'll get to 1,000 subscribers before Christmas. But as I said, I am really, really enjoying Football Manager 18 from what I've seen of it so far, how it's going, like all these little tweaks and changes they've done within the game have made it really, really good. So tactics wise here, you can see that our midfield three are linking together really well. Our centre backs are linking together well. Valencia and Martial on the right hand side are linking together well. That's what these lines mean, and I'm really liking it. I'm really liking it. I suppose while we're on the tactics screen, I can talk you through what we're doing. We're playing a 4-1-2-2-1, as I think I said previously. That's what we're looking to play. David De Gea, obviously in goal. He's going to be our star goalkeeper for the whole of the season, unless he gets injured. Valencia by Smalling and Blind is the back four. You'll notice that if I swap out Blind and bring in Matteo Darmian again, then he links up well with Rashford. But I wanted to try Blind at fullback just to see how it goes, playing on this wing back on defend. In front of them, Nemanja Matic, Pogba and Mkhitaryan in the midfield three. It does mean that players like Carrick, Herrera and Mata are all missing out on a starting spot at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see how long I can keep players like that happy not starting in the team. Rashford on the left, Martial on the right and Lukaku up front. As I said, Lukaku has been somewhat disappointing so far in this game. Really, all the roles are... There's nothing new in the roles that we're doing. I've got Smalling and Bailly around the wrong way. There's nothing new in these roles we're doing, apart from Mkhitaryan. I'm using the Messiah, I think it's called. So the description of this is that in modern interpretation, he's a central player that likes to drift wide and operation in the half spaces. Messiah, is it Messiah or Mazzala? It might be Mazzala. Anyway, we'll call him Mazzala, is essentially a central half winger who likes to do his defending slightly further up the field, although he does generally have less defensive responsibilities. With the support duty, the Mazzala will seek to balance his responsibilities with more traditional midfield work and the inclination to contribute in the attacking third. So, I sort of thought that suits Mkhitaryan because he does like to play on the wings, he does like to drift and move into the channels. And he has been doing it rather well. However, we haven't played anyone any good yet. So it'll be interesting to see, can he keep it up in the Premier League when we play in the Premiership, and can he do it against a team like Bayern Munich, who we're playing today. So without further ado, let's go in and play the game against Bayern Munich and see how we get on. And you can see the match engine and the graphics and stuff. I've got a really good PC for graphics, so this will be probably one of the most high-end versions of the graphics that you'll be able to see, and hopefully it'll come across in the video. So we'll first go into the match, or the pre-match briefing, something else I do really like again. So we're going to talk to the team. We are going to stay on an attacking mentality, and I want them to go with this mentality because no one's doing anything. We're going to keep it until we are. No. We're gonna keep using it because everyone's comfortable with it. There was very little reaction from the squad. Brilliant. Something else I want to talk to him about is, again, I'm gonna talk to Mkhitaryan and I'm gonna tell him he's free to roam his position and leave if he wants to. We are looking to get the flanks involved. Obviously, that's where all our pace is. And we're playing at a higher tempo, we're working the ball into the box, because the scouting reports I've had back previously have said something like, out of our 22 shots we've had from outside the area, none of them have been on target. So we're going to try and cancel them out and get the ball into the box. Playing out of defence because we've got some good ball playing defenders, and we're trying to implement a shorter passing. However, we can mix it up if necessary. Playing on attacking, on fluid, and Jesse Lingard out. We're without Jesse Lingard, so I'm looking for more from everyone. No, I don't need to say that. Jesse Lingard isn't that important. Interestingly, they've introduced this new scenario thing where you can say, okay, if we are winning by 1 goal and there is, I don't know, let's say there's 5 minutes left to go, let's play that formation, but we'll go to counter and we'll sit structured. Done. Scenario with 5 minutes to go if we're winning by 1 or more goal. So we're going to see how that goes, because I haven't used one yet. As you can tell, I've only just set it up. If we look at the opposition report, you do get a link of who's playing well together. So Bernat and Robben should link well. Muller and Lewandowski. They are potential weakness 4-1-2-3 DM wide, which is good because that's what we're playing at the moment. They've conceded an average of 3 or more chances to their components per 90 minutes played while using it. So hopefully we can put one of those chances away if we create 3 inside 90 minutes. But without further ado, which I keep on saying, let's get into the game and go and have a look at the match day atmosphere in Football Manager 17. And being an idiot, have I not done this right? Yeah, it is today. The game is today, so there we go. We'll just keep going through it. Match preview, team selection. We do know who we're going to play because I've already picked the team. On our bench, I should probably go through it. The only players that aren't featuring are the guys that are injured. So Ibrahimovic, Lingard, Shaw and Rojo. Romero, Jones, Tuanzebe, Lindelof, Young, Darmian, Carrick, Herrera, McTominay, Fellaini, Mata and Wilson make up the bench. So here we go into the game. Our first one at home is against Bayern Munich. It is only a pre-season friendly. Got to remember that. Here we go then. So I love this screen. I think this screen is absolutely fantastic. It really does show how it's working, and it gives you a hint of how they're playing people. So Javi Martinez is going to be more defensive. Rafinha is going to be more attacking. Muller looks like he's been playing a sort of, possibly a shadow striker role behind Lewandowski. And now we can talk to the team. So assertively, it's all over to you now. Have a good one tonight. They literally didn't care. Literally did not care. I'm going to tell the midfield, though, talk to the players passionately. I want you to get control of the midfield. Again, no one really seemed to care. Opposition instructions. What are we going to do? Let's see what the... Okay, he wants to tackle Lewandowski hard. And he wants to show Tolisso and Muller onto their weaker foot. Yep, okay, we'll go with that. Let's get this game underway. I love all these intro graphics. I'm sure I'll get bored of them over time, but it is just so good. Look at the stadiums. It really brings it alive, I feel. Obviously not playing with sounds on because they're annoying, so we're turning them off as Lukaku looks to get the ball. Tolisso gets it away. This as well, where they give you so much information in between highlights, is really good. As Arjen Robben has a corner, in it goes. It's out to Bellarabi. Oh my god, it's gone basically through De Gea. It's poor goalkeeping. One thing I need to raise about Football Manager 18. Oh, actually, I haven't put replays on. Let's just put... We'll put replays on and we will do them behind the goal like I normally do. Show notification for... Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. One thing that I know other people, YouTubers and Football Manager content creators have picked up on is the annoyance of how hard it is to see the ball. It is very hard to see the ball when the game is flowing, and then all of a sudden it just ends up in the net, and you're sort of like, okay, what's happened there? It's because I think the pitch is slightly too bright, so the whiteness of the ball gets lost on the pitch. As Mkhitaryan's got a mohawk there. What is that about? Lukaku into Rashford. Oh god, he's spunged it. That's not even a word. He's fluffed it wide as Pogba. This is a terrible camera angle, but it's changed. Martinez heads it away to Muller, up to Bellarabi. Here comes Bayern Munich looking to counter us. Bellarabi on the right-hand side gets in behind, and Bailey's there to cover very well. Blind. Up, long ball forward, looking for Lukaku, but couldn't find him. And Muller turns to Coman, who's come on to replace Robben, who picked up an injury. But Kingsley Coman puts it over the bar, and there's nothing really to worry about. What I do want to do is just change our instructions. Let's mix up the passing a little bit. We'll lower the tempo back down and just go from there. We're not really retaining the ball as best as we can. That's what We should try to put in more crosses. I don't think we should try and put in more crosses because we've only got one person in the box. As Lewandowski gets away from Smalling, De Gea makes a very good save. And this is what I mean. This is our first game where we're playing against actual good opposition. No offence to Nijmegen, Austria Vienna, and the first team we played who I can no longer remember. But yeah, so this is a proper test of us. Mkhitaryan in. Smalling's there and he heads it just wide. Unlucky from Chris Smalling. But look, I mean, yeah, no one's playing badly. Martial is having a pretty poor game. We might have to change that up at half time, and we're only 5 minutes away from half time, so that's gone pretty well. I think we'll leave it as it is. I might swap Martial and Rashford over, just see if that makes a difference, because that could allow us to exploit the fullbacks a little bit more. So they're bringing on Okri Vredet and taking off Lewandowski at half time. So if we go into tactics, yeah, we'll just swap those over. Let's push. We'll push Mkhitaryan up, actually. We'll keep him as a Mazzala, but we're going to push him into attack. Maybe give us a bit more momentum up front. Looking at the analysis then, so they're suggesting that we always pressure down Rafinha because he's making a lot of crosses. We should try to put more crosses in because we're superior in the air. I don't want to pump the ball into the box. That is ridiculous. So, I mean, cross completed. Cross into set. I mean, we're not actually putting in. A lot of them have been corners. I don't agree with that, to be honest. Possession-wise, we're not holding onto the ball very well. So we will very quickly just retain the possession in the start of the second half. Let's go out there, retain the possession, see what we can do, keep hold of the ball. We'll go into the team talk and let's them assertively. This might be a friendly, but you're losing all the key battles. Come on, a few players reacted positively. Okay. So, defence, talk to players. Again, sorry if you can hear that noise. My rabbit's having a drink and they've timed it at a very annoying position. Show me why you should be in the first team. Let's do that to everybody. This is a pre-season friendly. Show me why you should be in the first team. Attack to players. Show me why you should. I mean, Lukaku, yeah, I'm not surprised he's looking uninterested. He hasn't actually got any real competition at the moment. He's got James Wilson on the bench, which, for a Premier League striker like Lukaku, you wouldn't ever really be threatened by that. He's not going to have any competition unless we sign someone or until Ibrahimovic comes back from his injury. So, yeah, it's looking a bit of an annoyance. I think I am actually going to demand. No, what should we do? Concentrate to Lukaku. Confirm shout. Mkhitaryan with his mohawk swings it in. No one ran to that area. Martial back to Pogba. Pogba shoots just over the bar. Another shot from outside the area, which didn't hit the target. Wonderful. Martial, that change still hasn't really got him in. Hasn't got him into the game. So we'll take him off and bring on. We'll bring on Juan Mata actually, because we haven't played Juan Mata yet, and then we'll swap Rashford and Mata over. I don't know what does he prefer. He wants to be an advanced playmaker out there, but he wants to do it on support. Okay, let's go for that. Mata. Yeah, he hasn't had much game time in these pre-season friendlies, so it'll be interesting to see how he performs. As Bernat has a throw for Munich into Tolisso, sorry. Friedel to Martinez. They're looking like they're slowing the game down quite a lot, so we might have to go and get in their faces and press them and get the ball back. Martinez back to Tolisso, playing their own little game, these two. Tolisso into Muller. Muller turns to Kingsley Coman on the edge of the box, shoots. He drills it low, but drills it wide, and it wasn't the best of opportunities. So we'll close them down more. Let's play a little bit wider. I don't really want to push up too much, and we're going to go. We're in on goal. Lukaku shoots, and Ulerich makes a good save. So Manuel Neuer obviously didn't make the game. Is he on the bench? He's not. He must be injured. What else can we do here? Let's go into the tactics screen while the game continues in the background behind, which is really, really nice, actually. It's really good to see that. So let's swap Mkhitaryan and Mata over. I think what we're going to do, actually, is we're going to push Mata up there. Mkhitaryan, you want to be, you can be an inside forward on support, and we're actually going to push Matic up, Pogba, and we're going to go to a 4-2-3-1 rather than a 4-1-3-2, 4-1-2-3 even. And yeah, I'll go from there. I'm trying to think if we should bring anybody else on. Is there anyone that's not? I mean, Rashford, it's annoying that he's not playing brilliantly. I mean, inside forward, let's put him on inside forward on attack as well. Get a few more people up there. We need to go for the win, really, don't we? So, Bellarabi brings the ball down the right. This, oh, what a save from De Gea. Kingsley Coman picks up the rebound, puts the cross in. Smalling heads it away. Pogba gets in the way of that, and Martinez back to Tolisso. Tolisso is put under pressure by Pogba quite well here, and he's forced him back quite far. But Munich are good like that. They'll keep the ball moving, and keep the game flowing. And yeah, I'm still considering to take Rashford off, to be honest. With 15 minutes to go, I think we should... Oh, hang on, we've got a highlight. We've got a highlight. Hold the phone. Let's just see what happens. De Gea with the ball forward. It's poor. Muller to Vridet. Good tackle from Bailly, but then he leaves the ball behind. Vridet picks up. He's tackled by Bailly again. Bailly to Lukaku. Lukaku ball through to Rashford. Can he redeem himself? He's had a poor game. Squares it. Pogba. What a save from the keeper. Mkhitaryan holds it, and then it's a great tackle from the fullback, who I didn't know who it was, so I'm not going to say his name. Rashford is going to be replaced by Ashley Young. And what else can we do? We'll give James Wilson a go. Why not? He hates being a target man, so you can be a poacher. We will do... let's get Carrick on for Matic. I think, yeah, you want to be a deep line player as well. Pogba off for Herrera. Herrera wants to be a box-to-box, I think, or a Mazzala. Actually, we'll put you as a Carrillo, so you'll be shuttling in between the wings, which is probably quite a good idea at the moment. And that, I think, will do. I think everyone's doing all right. Valencia, let's get a new right back on. We'll give Matteo Darmian a go at right back, and we'll go from there. So lots of subs. It looks like we're probably going to lose this game 1-0. I think for the last 10 minutes, let's take retain possession off. We'll go a bit more direct. Don't play out the back. Don't have to exploit the flanks. Up the tempo. Let's get stuck in. And let's whip our crosses into the box, please. So, 5 minutes to go after making those changes. Let's see if we can get a cheeky little equaliser as Balabi comes forward. Bailly tackles him very well again. Long ball forward looking for Wilson. He's got the pace to trouble him in behind. Wilson squares it to Mata. Mata shoots from range. He should have just held it up and dinked a little ball through. That's all it needed. But Ulrich short to Hummels. We are putting Bayern Munich under some pressure here as Martinez. A good ball out there to Bellarabi. Bellarabi just jinks around the tackle of Daley Blind as Bellarabi gets to the byline. It's a good run, it's a good header from Vridet, but it is headed too far over the bar. And it looks like we're going to lose. Rafinha is forced into the corner, squares it, and that's a great finish from Thomas Muller at the near post. And, I mean, De Gea had no chance, really. So, that is a shame. It looks like we're going to lose our first game against a really strong opponent. And annoyingly, I'm going to lose my first live comm on Football Manager 18, which is a big shame. As Smalling finds Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan squares it. Wilson's there. He's put it in. A good little goal there. 4 minutes of added time. So maybe, you never know, we're going to get back into this and salvage a draw. As there is a highlight from the kickoff as Dorsch goes back to Hummels to Bernat. Bernat to Dorsch, and this is good passing football from Bayern Munich here. Ball over the top. Vridet squares it to Muller. Muller's in one-on-one. We're not going to get an equaliser. They're going to get a third goal. 3-1 to Bayern Munich, and yeah, that's a shame. That is a shame, but it's not about the result, it's about the performance, which has been okay, and it's about fitness, as Herrera hoofs it clear and picks out Mata really well. Mata to Wilson. Wilson up to Young. Ashley Young, it's a good tackle. That will probably be full-time, as it's picked up by Ulrich. And not much else to discuss, really. What am I playing? Is this on... It's on Key. There's just been a lot of highlights for Key. Ulrich gets the ball then. We're just waiting for the time to tick down as it's hoofed forwards. Blind wins the header. Out it goes for a throw. And we've played a minute over what was suggested as injury time. This looks like it will be the end highlight. Rafinha throws it in. It is. Muller gets man of the match with his 2 goals. I mean, we got beaten in possession by Bayern Munich. That's to be expected, I think. They are a possession-based sort of team. Shots, we're having the same amount of shots, decent amount on target. We're just not clinical enough. And it's like I said before, it's Lukaku really is letting us down. Works on big kickoff rather than a meaningless result here. The players reacted positively, that's good. Yeah, Lukaku he's letting him he's not only letting himself down, he's letting the team down. Let's be honest. He's not having the best of times at the moment. And I don't know. Maybe he needs someone playing like off him in a 2. Maybe that's what we need. Maybe we need an attacking midfielder to sit behind him. I mean, we've got enough of them. I mean, there you go. The headline sums it up that Bayern got lucky. Pogba's out for 4 to 5 days, which is very, very annoying. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe we sit someone in there, like a Mkhitaryan or something, sitting in there. He can do it as an advanced playmaker. The only thing is, then I think I'd have to drop the wingers back to support. Maybe that is the formation we need to play. Something like that. Anyway, that will be for the next episode, which we'll come back for against Real Madrid in the European Super Cup. So we'll see how that goes. So Europa League winners, us, versus Champions League winners, Real Madrid, at a neutral venue, the Philipp II Arena, which is home to Monaco. No, it's not. It's in Macedonia. So there we go. That's what we'll be back for. That game took slightly longer than I expected. If we just press continue, we'll just see if we get any more news coming through. But yeah, we've got a couple more friendlies to play, and then we will be back for that game against Real Madrid, where hopefully we would have made a signing or two as well. That would be quite useful because I quite desperately need a striker. My scouts are out and about doing their thing. This slightly annoys me, because I just want to sort of press next. So I'm just acknowledging everything because I don't really know what else to do. Oh, he's a striker. João Fuliampalo, who impressed me overall with his eye for goal. I rate him at 67, would be a good signing. Was an advanced forward, would give us a different option. Not the paciest of people. Finishing's okay. Yeah, it's okay, I guess. He's not too bad. So, right, I think we will leave the episode there. So thank you very much for watching, guys. As I said before, if you're enjoying the video, looking forward to the series, leave a like. If you're experiencing Football Manager 18, let me know what you think of it down below. And if you're new, subscribe to the channel. All the details are in the bottom. My Patreon, my Twitch, where my Twitch series will be starting, my stream series on Twitch will be starting when the full game is released. And for now, I will speak to you all very, very soon, and I'm out. Cheers.